You know, I think where we made the most improvement from week 1 to week 2 was communication and tackling. I think those were the areas that we made the most significant gains from week 1 to week 2. And that's where we were hoping to improve. And we needed to clean up those areas. And is it perfect? No. But there was a lot of improvement in those areas.
How about from first half to second half? What was the biggest improvement?
You know, evaluating the film, in the first half, we had a lot of opportunities to make plays and we didn't make them. In the second half, we made them. And so, I think just going in the locker room and getting refocused and regrouping and then coming back out and guys playing a little harder, a little smarter, I think that was the difference. And I think that's the difference everyone saw from the sideline and from the stands, that all of a sudden it looks a lot better. Well, I think we just played better.
Were there schematic adjustments, or was it just playing better?
There was a few adjustments. There were not a lot of adjustments. We have 8 basic systems we run on defense, and we pick 1 or 2 things from each system, and we didn't change a lot. What we did better.
Joe Walker seemed to really have an active game against Michigan State. Talk a little about what you saw from him. Now you got a chance to look at the film on him.
I think Joe really excelled in, with his communication, and he did a nice job of tackling. Joe really attacked the backfield. He made some things happen on the other side of the line of scrimmage, which was significant. And overall, his overall grade between his hustle and the type of plays he made was pretty high.
Same thing with Troy Hill, an active game for him. Film-wise, what did you see from that guy?
With both Joe and Troy Hill, it was really reassuring to the coaches that we thought they were progressing, and we actually saw the evidence on the field. So we're happy with both of those guys, and particularly with Troy because he sustained a little injury during the game and popped back out, came out and played really well in the second half.
What led to Joe starting?
We just looked at the way we see things. We have 21, 22, 23 guys that can start. And we're just rotating guys and trying to find the best. We're rotating, trying to find the best fit for the situation. And so both those kids played, and we'll continue to rotate guys at all positions because it's going to take 22 to 26 guys to be successful this season.
Did that include Cisse, and how do you grade him out?
I haven't looked at his grades as closely. I think he played pretty well, but I haven't quite studied him specifically.
Did he get more in the game than was expected, or?
It's hard to say. We don't have a set amount of plays for anybody. It's more of, as the game is flowing, what do we need? And each individual has some different, every player brings something different to the table. And, when his number's called, he needed to stand up, and that's with the whole defense. When your number's called, it may be 2 plays, it may be 90 plays, but when your number's called, your job is to stand up and then be counted.
Eric and DeForest brought some physicality, Eric especially, I think, in that second half. Obviously, there was kind of a thought about that this team wasn't able to stand up against big physical teams, and it seemed like, at least in the second half, that myth was dispelled. Do you feel like that's the case, that this kind of proved through the play of some of your bigger linemen that you guys can play against a big physical team?
I don't know if this was any type of a statement. For us, it was an opportunity to go out and more than anything, prove to each other that we can go out and play good, sound, gap control defense and with fundamentals and tackle. And that's how we looked at it going into it. And coming out of it, we felt that we were able to do that. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good. And now we have in the bank a game where we've played that type of game, and we know the areas where we need to improve.
Eric's play, there's been a lot of talk about him for the past 2 years. It seemed like we finally early in this year have seen kind of his potential. How would you describe his growth and where he's at now compared to the past couple of years?
Eric's made tremendous gains since February, March, whenever he decided to come out. And it's not only been on the field, but his leadership on and off the field. He's been tremendous, and we're happy for him because he made a decision. He's playing football, he's leading, he's making plays, and it's all coming together for him.
Do you think the decision to leave basketball had a big effect on his play?
I don't know if the decision, I'm not sure if leaving basketball per se had a big impact from the standpoint of just leaving basketball. I know that him being here full time, in the weight room full time, and being around the players full time has definitely had a real impact.